Hello beautiful people, it's Davina from London Curls, and today I'm probably going to share with you the most requested video ever from school and on Instagram. I'm going to share how I managed to keep my hair under wraps during the winter. So this is my head wrap tutorial. Now first things first, you need to get your head around protective styles. So my hair is always in 4 braids underneath my headscarves. Then also make sure you have a silk or satin scarf. This is what's always touching my hair because cotton can really dry it out. That's all I need for my first style, which is the vintage bow. First fold your scarf in half so it's in a triangle, then drape it over your head and using the 2 corners in your hands, tie it at the front. Pull the centre down so that it's smooth at the back, fold it backwards and then tie it in a bow, and that is literally all you have to do. This is how I keep my hair whenever I go to the gym because it's not too fussy and it stays out the way of my headphones. So first look done. Now as I said, it's important to have a silk or satin scarf underneath all of your styles. There's one of 2 ways of doing it and this is the first. So again, you fold it into a triangle and tie it at the back into like a faux ponytail. So it's very similar to the vintage bow but just simply reversed so it's at the back of your head. So taking the 2 corners, tie it at the back, make sure it's quite smooth and tight because you want this to stay on all day underneath, and then tie it into a bow. As you can see, this forms a ponytail which will help you to make the second look, which is the faux sleek bun. Now I only ever use a donut ring when I am using a satin scarf as it can be quite rough on the hair. So I pull the satin scarf through at the back and then using quite a wide long scarf, I lay it over the top of my head and then making sure that the donut ring is covered at the back, I then tie it underneath. Once it's tied quite tightly, I simply tuck underneath the satin scarf that may be hanging out. I then wrap the material around the bun to highlight where it is, tie it underneath so it's relatively tight, and again it defines where the bun is. And then where there's any stray bits of material, I simply tuck that underneath as well. And then you're done. Now for any of my other turban looks, I tie my satin scarf a bit differently. Instead of tying in a bow at the back, I tie it at the front. So I tie that into a knot, and then with any of the loose material, so the bit at the back and the 2 sections at the front, I just tuck it underneath so it's relatively smooth. This is the base for my next 3 looks. Now moving on to one of my favourite looks, which is the Nefertiti-inspired braided turban. First you'll need a square scarf in a relatively stiff material. This is from Aku Designs and it's a beautiful African print. Fold it in half so it's in a triangle and drapes it around the back of your head. And using the 2 corners, again tie it at the front. Next, pull the middle through again so you can make sure that it's smooth at the back, but make sure that you leave a small gap at the front. Then with the 3 pieces of material, just simply braid it down. Then once it's all the way braided, fold it back and tuck it underneath. So tuck it into the loop and tuck it underneath the rest of the scarf. So this creates like a crest at the front, which reminds me of like a braided effect that they'd have on the front of their pharaoh crowns. Now onto the most requested classic turban look that I wear most of the time during school and when I'm out and about. Take a scarf, it has to be relatively long, and then simply tie it at the front, then twist it all the way down. Now once it's twisted down, wrap it round itself at the front, making sure that it's relatively tight, and then once it's wrapped around completely, tuck the last piece of material underneath. And it honestly is that simple. Now you don't have to do it with a long scarf, you can also do it with circle scarves, so really search through your scarf collection. I folded this one over and then I simply started to twist at the front. You don't have to tie a knot at the front of a circle scarf. Then you twist it down. Now it will start to bunch up at the bottom, but just simply unravel that as it does. And then twist it round itself and you are done. Now head wraps are all about trying different colours, being adventurous, and just because you're covering your hair doesn't mean that you have to be boring over winter. So enjoy it, have fun, go crazy with it. And yeah, send me pictures of your completed turban looks. As always, please rate, comment and subscribe. Bye!